Welcome to this summary and analysis of Book 9 of the Brothers Karamazov. This book is called The Preliminary Investigation and focuses a lot on Mitya and the prosecutor. Erotin is consumed with a burning curiosity to discover the truth behind Dmitry's words. With determination, he races through the darkness to Grushenka's maid, where the story of the brass pestle is revealed. He then goes to Madame Koklakova, waking her at an ungodly hour. She bursts into a fury at being disturbed, yet upon hearing the explanation, she refuses to admit to ever having given anything to Dmitry. Perotin knows he must alert the police of what has taken place, but when he arrives, it is too late. Marfa has already reported Fyodor's murder. The authorities launch a full investigation, determined to bring Dmitry Karamazov to justice. Despite his protests of innocence, his pleas fall on deaf ears and he is arrested. Grushenka weeps for him, telling the officers that she drove him to murder even though she still loves him. In the cross-examination, Dmitry admits that he hates his father but clenches his jaw tightly, denying any involvement in the murder. He does not hide any evidence that could link him to the crime and provides an alibi for his actions on the night of the murder. The only thing he keeps hidden is the origin of a large sum of money found on him when they arrested him. His face is a picture of stony determination, refusing to give away any more than he already has, even as the room crackles with expectation. The officers bring Dmitry in with a vice-like grip, demanding that he strip before them and submit to a search of his clothing. They find the evidence of his guilt, the stains of blood still fresh, and seize the clothes for proof. Reality strikes him like a thunderbolt, and with despair etched on his face, he reluctantly admits where he got the money. Katerina had given him 3,000 rubles, and he only used half, saving the remainder for a purpose he now saw no use for. So he had decided to indulge one last time. The officials call in more witnesses to testify, all saying in unison that Dmitry had bragged about spending 3,000 rubles at the orgy and that he still needed 3,000 to replace it. When Grushenka is asked to join them, she is too devastated to look at him. He whispers his innocence to her in one last plea for mercy, but she is unable to defend him. They soon reach their verdict. Dmitry must remain in jail. But before he leaves Grushenka's arms for good, Dmitry begs for her forgiveness, confessing the pain he has caused her. She looks into his eyes one last time and promises to stand by him always. When analyzing Book 9 of the Brothers Karamazov, it seems the officials have decided that Dmitry is guilty. This murder case is too interesting for the police and the prosecutor. It will spread as news all over Russia and beyond if Mitya is sentenced. Their need for fame and fortune lies far ahead of the truth, even if we talk about a murder where finding the real murderer is key. In other words, the ego and the Satan are having a party here and are watching from the sideline with some popcorn and vodka. And it doesn't help that Mitya's mouth keeps babbling away while the prosecutor calmly takes notes. You could say that two songs are playing at the same time in this book. One song is about Mitya's true love for Grushenka and his deep fear and guilt from hitting Grigory, the only father figure he knows. The other song is the officials, who have seen the light and will do what they can to send Mitya to Siberia. Meanwhile, Book 9 beautifully describes how a previously simplistic view of Grushenka as the so-called temptress in town grows into a complex, strong, and loving character. Earlier, it was Grushenka who helped Alyosha turn his life around after his despair, and here she is supporting Mitya's innocence as well. It is as if she has listened to Zosima the most, in her taking the blame for the murder and being firm about Mitya's innocence. Book 9 is also about the hardship Mitya places himself in, and about his 3 torments. In Book 9, the torments are mentioned but kind of hidden, but thanks to Robin Feuer Miller, we clearly see what these torments are. Torment 1 is Mitya's horror and despair that he might have killed Grigory. He is heartwarmingly relieved when he understands Grigory is still alive, the only man who acted like a father to him. Torment 2 is about Mitya's loss of honor due to spending Katrina's money on Grushenka and not being honest about it. As all who have read Dante knows, being a willfully dishonest fraudster is worse than being a killer out of passion. Torment 3 is about Mitya not revealing where he got the 3,000 rubles. When he finally confesses that he spent 1,500 of them on the first party in Mokrow, it weighs heavy on him. Not because of the money themselves, but because of the deep shame he feels. After all the dreaming of Mitya, especially in Book 3, this Book 9 also highlights the sharp clash between a dreamy and emotional world full of will against a world full of facts and deductive reasoning. It is as if Mitya is talking one language and the prosecutor another. They simply don't understand each other. Here we should remember Dostoevsky's view on this. Remember again the notes from Underground, stating that our reason is only 1/20th of who we are, and that influences what it means to understand another person. At the end, Mitya meets his sentence with shoulders back, standing straight. Through suffering I shall be cleansed, he says. He is ready to bear his burden to become a better man, no matter if they think he killed his father or hurt Grigory. And for Dostoevsky, suffering is necessarily not a bad thing. It can lead to transformation. It is the laceration, the conscious self-torment that is bad. We all hurt like hell sometimes, but we should never turn it into a lifestyle. Finally, we should note that the first 550 pages of the novel, except the recollections of old times, are played out over just 3 days. It is as Erland Lagerroth says, actions per time and space in this novel is among the most compact among all books. The brothers are like a storm suddenly hitting the small town on all levels.